people committed to the kingdom vision and the kingdom work will attract unlikely people. So it should not be no generation. It should not be, you should never get tired of young people. And young people should never get tired of old people. Because if the old people are in their right perspective, they will be your best friend. They'll be your best confidant. They'll be the ones that will invest in you and sow into you. And I'm going to show you the fact that because for those of us that are in our generation, there is no retirement plan. I got one said, see the word thin out real quick. Nobody, watch this, all the people that we say we love, none of them ever retired. Oh, I'm doing some good teaching up in here today. Nobody, you just die in this. There's no retirement. So now, I'm not saying you can't go down to Florida and stick your feet in the sand. I'm just saying that's not retirement. Because it's always work to do. None of these people that we say we love ever retired. Samuel just kept prophesying until he died. David just kept being until he died. Jesus just kept serving until he died. There is no, come on now. Look at this real quick. Okay. We're talking about Caleb. Okay, there was a man named Caleb who left Egypt with Moses and Joshua. Now I'm going to show you, this is what we are working for. Watch this. He says in Joshua chapter 14, I'm going to show you the connection here, okay? He says in verse 7, 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me to Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought him what was in my heart. We need to tell these young people what's in our heart. But we need to have a good report. Some of the things you might be intimidated by is because you got a bad report. Somebody told you, oh, you can't be that. Or you can't be an astronaut, you can't do that. But I was just reading earlier this morning, I was reading the lady, did you know, was a black woman that invented the VIOP technology. The black woman invented technology found for Zoom and Skype. It was a beautiful black woman that invented that. The teacher's not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you about Harry Tubman, Freddie Tubman. They're going to tell you that we are technology. That's right. Lord have mercy. That you invented voicemail, call waiting. Where y'all at? The cell phone, the camera on the phone. Dr. Sampson, come on. Refrigerated trucks changed the whole eating habits of America and the world. Came from this, and they didn't go to integrated schools either. I'm sorry. So what you say to a child will have generational effects. Moses spoke to Caleb and Joshua 40 years ago. He said, I was 40 when Moses the servant sent me to spy out the land. That's our, see, if you in our generation, our job is to spy out the land. Okay. And report back to them. I think you can be this. I think you could start a business like this. Your job is to spy out the land. Spy, see what opportunities line up with their giftings. Spy out the land. For what? For the next generation. That's your job, huh? That's your job. He said, nevertheless, my brothers, watch this now, that went up with me, made the heart of the people melt. Is that not us today? People don't want to do this. Oh, I want to try that. Oh, we can't do it, Pastor Keith. I don't know how we're going to do this. We just, all the people giving up a bad report. Yeah. I said on the call the other day, I remember when The Wiz came out. Yeah. That was a beautiful movie. It was a black-arized version of The Wizard, and it was bad. You know, the dancing was bad, the singing was bad. You know how it was. It was Judah. It was Judah. Michael Jackson, come on, somebody died in a raw car. Are you kidding me? Go watch that John on Netflix. That John was terrible. But in The Wiz, one of the most famous lines of The Wiz was, he said, don't bring me no more bad news. No bad news. No bad news. If you're a parent, don't bring your children no more bad news. About what they can't do. Right. What's so hard. Right. That's our job to deal with the hard places. That's our job. Should you accept him? He said, but my other brethren made the people melt. See, words are important. Now, when we was kids, you're my generation, some of the young people, my generation said, stick this on, they break my bones, the names will never hurt me. That's not true. Words touch your conscience, just sinking. So words do hurt children. Words have hurt us. Some of us are still dealing with childhood unresolved trauma. Because of words. Because of words. That's why you have to come to a place like this. Because when you come here, you get good words spoken over your life. Are you with me? I was going to do a rap today, but I'm not going to do it for y'all. Y'all can't handle that. I was going to tell you. Hold on. Be strong. When it's on, it's on. Box said, remember one thing, baby. Only the strong survive in this world, sweetheart. God bless the child that can hold his own. You need people telling you to hold on and be strong. Watch this. Watch this now. He said, that's my wife trying to marry you. He said, but my brother, see, sometimes you can be close to people and don't believe the same thing you believe. Oh, I said, am I preaching good hand? You got people right in this room, we don't all believe the same thing. Somebody said, oh, no, don't take on, I don't know about all that. He said, my brother, read the Bible. Look at, I'm saying, Pastor Jarvis, look in the Bible. He said, my brethren gave a bad report. The Bible calls it an evil report. See, anybody telling you what God can't do, that's an evil report. They can't believe God for 100 a day, that's an evil report. They can't believe God for your success, that's an evil report. My those some good teachers, he said they brought a report that made the people melt. Because that's what happens to some of us, especially as we get older, and we're still looking at challenges. But I, teach your children, point this out, but I wholly follow the Lord. Even if you don't see people around you, you follow the Lord. You understand that? He said, I wholly follow the Lord. And look at verse 9. And as Moses swore on that day, saying, surely the land where my feet have trodden shall be thine inheritance. What's the inheritance for our children? Where are your feet trodden? What is your agenda? Caleb said, where my feet trod is going to be. In other words, he understood his limitations. See, sometimes we think we're going to live forever. We just think we're going to keep on living and keep on living. No, all of us have an appointment. The Bible says, appointed unto man once to die. And as Dr. Cornell West would say, don't get mad and tell you what Dr. West said. Dr. West said, in a few days, all of us will be the culinary delight of earthworms and maggots. Amen. Come on, somebody. So that's it, baby. That's what's up. So it behooves us to get a move on. Watch this now. He said, Moses told me that my feet, wherever my feet trod, that's an inheritance. And my children, this is it. This is young people. Watch this. Forever. Forever, ever? Forever. Because thou hast what? Because you follow the Lord, your children have something forever. Yes. Did you get that? Get that? They have something forever. Right. Because we follow them. Now look at this. Verse 10. And now, somebody say, and now, behold, the Lord have kept me alive. See, the Bible says the dead praise not the Lord. So even if you zig when you should, even though you have, but I know a lot of this stuff is new to a lot of us because we've been in all kinds of churches and we really getting all this. But he said, look at what Caleb said. He kept me alive. He kept you alive so you could hear a word like this. He kept you alive. You understand that? You could have flatlined by now. All the stuff that you went through, you could have left here by now. But he kept me alive. As he said. Now watch, he's still talking back to what Moses said 40 years ago. You talk to folk today, they can't remember what the message was when they walk out the door. What Pastor Keith? I don't know what that church is. You don't know Pastor Keith be going on. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what, you know Pastor Keith crazy. I don't know what he said. He said a whole bunch of stuff, though. It sounds good. I don't know what he said. But he said, Caleb remembered that word. See, your ability to remember an encouraging word will last for decades. Will last for a life. That's right. That's why we have to speak encouraging words to each other. That's why you have to press your way to get around people that's going to speak into you. That'll make a deposit. Moses made a deposit for it, and now Moses is not even alive. He's dead. He's deceased. But he still remembered the word that was spoken over his life. You know, when I was right around some of y'all ages, I remember being 16 years old, catching the bus and the trolley. Y'all didn't say nothing. Catch the bus and the trolley. We go to Vine Memorial Baptist Church to hear Dr. Caesar A. Clark of Dallas, Texas, preach the annual fall revival. With my little cassette tape recorder. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't saying nothing. And Dr. Clark was saying, yes. He said, anyone that builds a fence around themselves always fences out more than they fence in. That's right. Oh, he was a bad man. I remember that like it was yesterday. And that was over 40 years ago. Because I love the word. He said, he spoke this word 40 years ago. And now I'm 85. Watch this now. He said, I am this day 85 years old. Look at verse 11 and we're done. As I am, I'm strong this day. So if you're in my generation, the Bible says, let the weak say, I'm strong. I got aches in my body, but I'm strong. My things didn't line up, but I'm strong. Caleb said, I'm still strong. I'm 85. And I'm strong. Man, I wish we could get into this book. I'm as strong as the day that he sent me. My strength is as it was then. So is now. He said, give me this mountain. Why do you always have all these lofty conversations? You know, when people say, all down to the year, you know, if we hadn't bought them houses, we'd have this, and we'd have been able to have a musician choir. Yeah. And I probably would have been able to get a little salary too. But I said, no, we got to get these houses. Because we're going to do more than just have church. Yes. We're going to do more than just have the choir room and say, I love all the choir singing down, all of that, you know, the saints go marching in. And people, we went through some, Pastor Keith, you crazy. But I'm glad that we had a chance to help a whole bunch of people. You understand that? We have to have vision. He said, give me this mountain. I don't want the low places. See, the low places are easy to take. They call it low-hanging fruit. Caleb, 85 years old. He said, and I understand, when he said, give me this mountain, that meant not that Joshua was going to give him it, give me this assignment. Give me the hard places, the high places, the well-defended places, the places that are well-structured. I want to go to the battle. Because if you know anything about military strategy, the high ground is always the hardest to take. So you always have the most casualties taking high ground. Because the people that are up there are well entrenched and well defended. You understand? When they landed on D-Day, the Germans had all kind of weapons all on the cliffs, just raining down terror. They were up on the high ground. That's right. Caleb said, I want to go. Give me the high ground assignment. Let our young people see us taking the high ground. You understand that? If we're going to truly cross over, if it's all Pastor, that's a nice banner. Well, it's more than a banner. It means something. It means we have to take the high ground in our mind. We got to believe God for more than just a couple $100. We got to believe God to take care of the ministry. You got to believe God to take care of the next generation. We got to take the high ground. Paul said, I press. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody, toward the mark. To the prize of the high calling, the high ground. Now, he didn't say, when he said, I press toward the mark, he said, I press. In other words, I want to be at that place in God. And I liken it to this. It's like when we were kids. Again, I'm showing my age. When we were kids, they used to have little prizes in the cereal box. Y'all too young to know that. You know, back in the day, we used to buy the whole cereal box. We bought the cereal based on what the prize was in the box. And we would pour the cereal out and say, what you doing? Negro, you better eat this, Negro. You know this cereal costs $1.99, Negro. Everybody got money. And we wait till Mama and me sleep or whatever. We sleep down there and pull the cereal, put it back in the box. And, you know what I'm saying? That's the prize. You don't really want the cereal, you want the prize. Paul said, I'm pressing toward the mark. I want to hit the mark that the Most High has for me. Not the prize, because if you hit the mark, the prize takes care of itself. We got too many people chasing the prize and never hitting the mark. Is that a good word? That's what you have to teach your children. Press to the mark. And then the prize will come in the package. You understand that? And it's a high calling. Which means you can't take as much time off as other people. You can't socialize and as much as other people socialize. Why? Because you're pressing toward the high mark. The calling, your calling, which is in who? In the Most High. So I hope that our young people have been strengthened and encouraged. I hope that you will go back and strengthen the young people in your family. And I hope that we will have a greater level of faith for this ministry, as well as we see the faith of Caleb combined with the faith of these beautiful young people from a generation ago. It's going to take that same faith for us to excel in this generation of the 21st century. So I thank you for your time and your attention. I'm not out of word, but I'm out of time.